Malachi was a minor prophet of the Lord. And Malachi's name actually means messenger or messenger of the Lord. Malachi was also the last prophet God would use for over 400 years until John the Baptist. God called Malachi to speak for him 100 years after Israel returned from exile. Around 50,000 people returned. All the older generation had passed away, and now this new generation thought if they rebuilt the temple, heaven would come down, peace would be on the earth. But that wasn't the way it happened. So the people got mad at God. They thought God didn't love them because they didn't get what they prayed for. So they became unfaithful. Even the priests became unfaithful. They stopped giving God the sacrifices he deserved. They stopped being the leaders God had called them to be. So God sent Malachi to call them out on their unfaithfulness and their sins and try to get them to turn back to God. There's been times for me as a Christian when I prayed for something that I thought I deserved from God, but when I didn't get it, I got mad at God and become unfaithful. I would stop reading my Bible. I would stop praying to the same God that delivered me from many years of drug addiction. I also got slack in my leadership position God had called me to. The people of today are no different than the people back then. We are all still attached to flesh. So people are still going to face doubt and unbelief. But what I should have been doing was giving him praise and thanks for what he has already gave me and for what he already pulled me out of. God still uses people today as messengers, the man of God, to hold you accountable for the way you act or do things. There's been a few times in my walk as a Christian here at RSM when I would get out of line and Pastor Josh would call me into the office to help God reel me back in. I needed that accountability in my life because I wasn't offering God my full attention, sacrifice, and was getting slack in my calling. But we need those hard talks sometimes to help keep us in God's will. Even as God sent Malachi as a messenger to call the people out on their sin, God also used John the Baptist as a messenger to clear the way for the coming of Jesus Christ and got people to repent and turn from their sins. God the Father used Jesus Christ, his only begotten Son, as a messenger of salvation. And he also tried to get people to turn from their sins and turn back to the Father. He used himself willingly as the ultimate sacrifice for all sins. As Christians, Christ followers, we are to listen to God at all costs and sacrifice everything for him because he did all for us. And not turn from him when things doesn't go our way or when he doesn't answer our prayers right then. It doesn't mean he won't answer those prayers because there's a difference between no and not right now. And he has also called us to be messengers for his Son and to let people know what he had done on the cross for everyone's sin and testifying his name in the hopes of getting people of today to repent and turn from their sins and to be godly leaders God has called us to be.